How's it going, everybody? It is Ethan, or Unknown Coder, back with another episode on the KodeKraft server. As you can see above me and around me, we have completely cleared out our basement base. That is because we moved everything out of here in preparation to do the big explosion. On top of that, we also finish up the other half of the flying machine. That way we can get this thing exploded, hopefully, at the end of next week. So stay tuned for the middle of the episode to see it being built and a big announcement as well. So I'll see you guys in there. Let's roll the intro. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the KodeKraft. It's been a little bit of time because of the fact that I've been working on our coding episode, but it's all right. We're back at it. Right now, I do have my render distance up a little bit. That way we can see everything. This is all we did last episode. This episode, we are going to try to go ahead and get this north end done. I am going to go ahead and turn down my render distance in a little bit. But all we have left to do now is just build up this side, and then we'll be ready to launch it. Obviously, we need to clear out some stuff from our base and all of that good stuff. Before I actually launch this thing for real, I'm going to go into test world. I have a backup of this, so I can always make a copy, put it in survival, and actually fly this thing to make sure it all works correctly. In between episodes, I went ahead and went and AFK'd. So I have essentially like 3 double chests or 3 shulkers full of slime blocks. So we should have plenty of that. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is get some stuff ready, get my scaffolding, get my netherrack, and all the other good stuff that I need, and start building up. And I'll give you guys some step-by-steps as we get going. And hopefully by the end of the episode, we'll technically be able to run this, and then maybe run it next episode or the episode after. We are one step closer. These things really sketch me out. I feel like they're not going to work whatsoever, but that's also why we're going to test them. But I've got approximately 30 more minutes left of this episode or this video. Hopefully that only means that there's only like 4 or 5 hours left, because there's a lot of repetitive tasks that I gotta do. I'm just gonna keep grinding away, and I'll keep upping you guys as you go. Watching through this video just gave me a small heart attack. I thought that my line or my terracotta didn't line up correctly with over there. But I just went to my creative test world where I have a copy of just that side, just in case anything went wrong. And I kind of measured it out, and I took I took the coordinates, made sure everything was good. I also got the coordinate where this last guy needs to be, which is going to be -133, so that way I know if something gets misaligned. The good news is that it looks like this thing is so far so good. We just got to finish up this side. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get this done by the end of tonight. It's going pretty quickly, as you guys can see. That's the halfway point, so we're probably a fourth of the way there. It has only taken like 10 or 15 to 20 minutes, so fingers crossed I can get this done either tonight or tomorrow, and we'll be ready to do the top part, which again isn't nearly as bad as doing all those TNT launchers. Of course, it's raining, but it's getting late, so I do want to go ahead and record this last little bit. I've been working on this for a little bit under 2 hours now, probably about an hour on this part itself. And if we take a look at this looking at block, it's -133, which is the exact block that I was looking at down there. That little nubbin right there. So that means that these line up correctly. That doesn't mean that this thing works 100% or I didn't mess something else up, but this side was much easier. It probably took me only about an hour or so. So that means I'm pretty sure at this point, all I need to do is just clear out all these blocks. Of course, I'll go ahead and watch a little bit farther just to make sure. And we're ready to build up the next part. And from what I've seen, the next part isn't too bad either. So probably another hour or 2, probably closer to 2 hours, maybe 3. We'll be able to kind of clear out this little bit, because we still have some trees and stuff down here and over there. Maybe clear out a little bit of obsidian down there. Clean up our base, and we'll be able to run this next episode. I don't quite remember where I left off last, but I know that we are getting very close. There's like 20 minutes left of the tutorial, but I'm guessing only about 10 or so minutes of that is actually building. So this thing's probably going to be done here in the next hour or 2, so that's great. We can get some other stuff done in this episode as well. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to keep watching. I'm going to replenish some of this stuff. I don't think we need all of it. But yeah, I'm just going to continue to give you guys updates, and hopefully this thing will be done soon. We're officially ready for the very last part. It looks like it's either getting, it's getting dark out to sleep, but this is literally the last push. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and once we're done, we'll essentially be ready to run this thing. Again, like I said, I'm going to run it in a test world to make sure everything's good, make sure nothing's broken and all that good stuff, but I'll be back with some updates, and we'll see where we go to after this. Good news, everybody. I just did some cross-checking everything with my creative world, the one that just has this side, and this guy lines up exactly where it's supposed to be. So that means all we gotta do now is just tear the rest of this out, and it should technically be ready to fly. However, I'd be very, very surprised, just not because of the inability of the dude to do the tutorial. Just I feel like I probably messed something up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to make another backup of my world here after I destroy all this stuff. I also have a dog telling me it's time to go outside before she eats. I'm going to tear all of this down. And I'm going to make a creative copy of this world once again. And we're going to try this thing out. I'm going to try it out off camera. I'm not going to show you guys what happens. That way I can save the heartbreak for myself. But if it works, great. If it doesn't work, I'll try to figure out why it's broken and try to fix it before I run it. And then we also need to move all of our stuff out from below. So what I'll probably go ahead and do is we will go ahead and start moving out. We also need to play Noah's Ark with our sheep, our cows. I'm not going to save any chickens. We also need to kind of board up this guy so it doesn't get blown up, some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the rest of this out, do what I need to do here, and I'll see you guys in a little bit when we start moving out. Last clip we left off, I said I was going to do some testing. So I made a copy of our world and did a couple of tests, and there's only like 5 very, very small things I have to change. Are these all connected is my first question. I don't think they are, but I can probably get through. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix these small things, and then we will get going, and I'll actually be able to run this thing in the next episode possibly. I just conducted my last test to make sure everything was working and all that good stuff, and everything is good to go. So if I were to break this guy out, it would start going and all of that good stuff. However, we do have some final cleanup to do. So for example, all of these edges need to be cleaned out so we can't have these trees here. Obviously, I don't want all of this stuff getting blown up. I want to save as much as possible. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start cleaning everything up. I'll do all the edges and stuff. I'll tear this down, and I need to move out of the basement and all that good stuff. I might do a time lapse of tearing down some stuff like this. I also want to save a couple of sheep, save a couple cows, on all of that good stuff. So let me go ahead and get to work, and I'll meet you guys back in a little while. Real quickly, I just wanted to note that as I move my stuff out of here, I'm going to try my best to kind of sort these. So for example, I have like a wood chest, and I'll have like another chest, so on and so forth. That way, whenever we go to build our builds and all that stuff, we can at least hopefully find where things are. I know that I have a lot of stone and other things like that, but that's just kind of the plan. At the end of the day, I might have some like unsorted stuff, but we'll see. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep trying to bring stuff over. I also want to try to remember to trade with this villager over here. That way we can have plenty of food. But I'm going to go ahead and try to grab the rest of the stuff out of the basement. And then we're going to do a couple of time lapses to take down some of our bigger, more prominent builds. So we got all of our boxes from down in the basement area. Obviously, there's still a little bit of a mess here. And I didn't do a perfect job, but we kind of got the general idea. We got some randomized stuff, and then our stone. So now what we need to do is I'm going to need to grab a few of boxes. We're going to start tearing some things down. I also got some of these things, so on and so forth. I might want to take this and craft up some iron blocks, but we're gonna go ahead and tear down this guy, that guy. And I think that's it. Also, we need to go and grab our enchanting table from in there. So I'm going to probably go ahead and time-lapse me tearing all this stuff out. And I'll be back. And that'll probably be all we really need to do. So then we'll have a kind of like an interesting choice to make. So sorry to interrupt the regularly scheduled program. I just wanted to make a quick announcement in between these breaks here. I'm going to be live streaming this Minecraft world, hopefully this weekend, exploding our entire base. So that will be the Saturday after this episode airs. Also make sure that the VOD is also live. I'll probably be live streaming Saturday and Sunday. I won't be talking through the entire thing because this thing is going to take forever to dig out, but I just wanted to let you all know that I'll be live streaming right here on my YouTube channel, exploding this entire thing and recording an episode live. So I'll see you guys there. As you all saw in the time lapse, we went ahead and got rid of the entire mob farm, everything as well. We also got rid of this in between takes here. So before we had the sorting system in the auto smelter over here. Of course, we had the old storage room. Now what I'm currently doing is working on clearing this out. That way we can tear this down. I relieve these guys of their duties. Of course, I would never murder them. They are working elsewhere now. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But now we're going to go ahead and clear out all this iron. Something I had not realized was this thing was backed up with whatever the heck these things are called. The stupid squid ink got in the way. And blocked this guy up. I don't know why there's so many of them spawning in, but it is what it is. So let's clear this out. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the rest of this glow ink and start packaging up all this iron. And then we'll do another time lapse where we tear down this entire guy as well. And then we're essentially done. I do want to do a little bit more organizing up in the top. So I'll also do that off camera, but we're getting very close to being done. One other thing is I'm trying to shoot for about one shulker box full of golden carrots for this whole ordeal. So we'll also do some AFKing for that. But I'm going to go ahead and clear the rest of this out, and then you'll see me tearing this bad boy down. Last time we were together on this world, there was a massive mess of shulker chests here, shulker boxes. I went ahead and cleaned it all up. It's not perfectly organized, but it's a little bit better, and I can find some stuff if I absolutely needed to. So at this point, we're essentially almost done and ready to blow stuff up. However, I want to do kind of like a massive live stream blowing this up and kind of make it all into one episode. So we are not going to actually explode this today. So there's also one other thing that I would like to do, and that would be to get a whole bunch of food. I would like to get a whole shulker box full of golden carrots before we tear this thing down. So what I'll probably do in between episodes is go ahead and AFK here and get as many golden carrots as I can. Right now we're almost at half a box, so that is great. We know this episode hasn't been too long because building that thing up actually didn't take as much time as I thought it would. Something else I want to do is go over here and make sure this is safe, but from what I saw in the testing, the TNT didn't really explode up and over anywhere, so I think it should be fine. But I might want to go ahead and grab some obsidian and make not necessarily a wall, but make a little edge and then put water on top of that. So I might also do that as well. I think that's essentially all I've got for this episode. Next weekend, fingers crossed, I'll be able to start this machine up. I've already tested it, it's good to go. I just want to make a big event out of it, essentially, even though it's going to be laggy and stuff. But it'll still be cool to watch it go. So next weekend, tune in. I'm hopefully going to... Actually, it'll be this weekend whenever you guys see it. Hopefully Saturday, Sunday, maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This weekend, whenever you see this episode, we're going to be live streaming, blowing this up. So make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel for that. That guy shouldn't be there. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as well for all that good stuff. But anyway, guys, this has been Ethan running Koder. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.